So I decided to take a break from designing for the boutique and work with some of these squares to finally start getting these blankets finished. Oh wow, I have one more. Oh, I do. These blankets finished for the donations that we were doing for the fire victims. Well, not the fire victims, but those who were impacted by the fires. And so I really want to get this done. So here I am, trying to get one blanket finished so that maybe we might, ooh, excuse me, I know I look a mess. So that maybe we might be able to get one blanket out this weekend. And I don't know how many more, I mean, I'll be able to do them, but I'll try to see if I can get one done a week, but I'm coming into the Christmas season, and unless I get some hands on deck, some people that are able to help me put some squares together and possibly put borders around them, I don't know how many more I'll be able to get done, because I gotta get stuff into the boutique. So we'll see. We'll see. But it's been a long time since I've been on here chatting with everybody. So, okay, one is, let's see what I'm going to do here. That kind of sucks. Oh, I know what I can do. Let's do this and this. Okay. I'm trying to put these squares in some kind of order. And then we'll do this and this. Put that together there. And I think if I do it like that, do I have a 10? Hi, how are you? I can't see anybody's comments. I don't know why I'm... Let's see if I could get the... Oh, hi, how are you? Looks like I can see the comments now, so... I'm working on putting the squares together, all the donated squares. I don't know if I ever mentioned that before, but I am great. I am actually doing great. I'm hot. It's very hot here. Well, not very, but I'm hot today, but yeah. Just trying to get organized, trying to work on these squares that I need to be working on to get. So these are donated squares, and then I am trying to put them together so that I can get this blanket together and get it out to the people that we were trying to make the donations to. So I've been working on this since maybe January or February. I think this is like the third or fourth blanket that I'm able to get out. Initially, we had a lot of people who were like very gracious enough to help me put them together, and then I guess it wasn't a big deal anymore, you know, helping the victims. So it just kind of fell by the wayside, but I still have all of these squares, and I don't know why I can't see the chat. Yeah. But so if I'm not responding, it's because for some reason it's not giving me the chat. So, but yeah, so I want to finish this and get it out to the families that we have listed, um, to help with, just to let them know that we love them and, well, So, I was saying earlier, I don't know how many I can get done. I'm getting into my busy season. Um, Thanks, Tanya, LaTanya. I don't know how many I'll be able to get done. We're getting into the holiday season, but I'm going to do my best. That's all we can ask. So, I am going to do another, like a row of squares around it, and then just continue to go around and around and try to make a nice size blanket. So, I like the colors. Too bad I don't have this army green. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I want to get this donation out. And, you know, to me, it was important when people are losing everything. Boy, I've been there. I've had some losses, and I've had losses recently. So, hi, Steve. I am making. So, in January, I know everybody knows about the fires that happened here in Los Angeles. And so I did a campaign through my boutique of it's like all over, from different cities and places, from so they sent them, and then we had like some meetups at my boutique for crocheters and knitters to get together and for us to like put these squares together and just make a blanket. And my thoughts about that was that it could just be a patchwork blanket. Everything didn't have to match up perfectly or whatever, right? We could just put the blankets together. And man, I was overwhelmed with donations. So, and I had hands at the time, and then people just kind of went off grid and stopped donating their time. And so here I am left with, some people were sending one blanket, one square, 10 squares. One lady sent a complete box, like wide and tall, full, like packed. I think I was live on YouTube when I opened it in the boutique, and man, it just brought me to tears because I was literally not expecting that big of a response, right? But with that happening, if my volunteers kind of fell off, then who's going to put all the blankets together? Because my store as well. But it's really been bothering me because I have so many squares and I want to get this done. And at least the people that are on my list, I want to bless them with this blanket. And it's just a blanket to let them know that, I mean, you can't replace everything that people lost, but you can show them that you care. And to me, this is like a little Linus blanket, right? That when the winter comes, or when they're feeling anxiety or overwhelmed from starting over, feeling like it's too hard, they can't do it, or whatever, feel like this could be a little encouragement to them that, hey, you're not alone. And I hope it brings some comfort to them. That was just my thinking. And I don't know if I thought it through completely because I didn't think of that the cause was going to be resonate so strongly with others, and that I would get so many square donations, and I did. And I'm thankful. I'm very happy about it. But now I am tasked with putting them together and trying to get them out. So, with that all being said, um, I am making this blanket, putting the squares together, making this blanket with the hopes that I can have it completed. Today's Thursday, so if I could get it completed Saturday morning or sometime Saturday, then I could get it to uh, the hands, the necessary hands. Because I had people, like, if you know someone who was impacted by the fire, then they would give me their names, and then we would designate, like, okay, we're going to make a blanket for this person. After we get this person done, we'll do another person. So once we get the blanket done, then we contact the person who referred that name, and then they'll be responsible to take the blanket to the recipient. And I request that they, like, video, you know, if they speak to the recipient and see if it's okay if we get a video of it. That way I'll have something to post so that people can see that, you know, the blankets are getting out, people are receiving them. And so hopefully this one will be done this weekend and we can get a video, the person can receive their blanket, and we can go on to the next person. So today it was put on my heart, like, grab a bunch of squares, start working on the next blanket, let's get it out. So that's what I'm doing today. Yeah. And I guess I'll, like, post. I don't even know why I said granny squares, because listen, I do not like putting a million granny squares together. It's the worst. I do make designs in my boutique with granny squares, but I usually do that, like, if I have leftover yarn and I don't want to waste. I don't like just throwing away, like, a little small ball of yarn. Like, see, like this little small ball of yarn, I would still use it for something. I would not throw it away. I feel like that's wasteful. And I also, oh, where'd I put them? I must have put them away. But I also collect scraps in my store. And I also, you know, send them to people who recycle yarn. How long did I do it? How long did I do this? Or how long ago did I... What's the question? So yesterday I had... let me see if I have this. If it's near. Yes. So I recently made shrugs for my boutique this week. So I made this shrug. Very cute. Has a little peacock edging here. And it just kind of goes across your shoulders. You could wear it under over a dress or a tank top, right? So I made that. And then I also did a different type, like a sweater shrug. And this has the knit 2, purl 2 ribbing at the bottom. So I did a little knitting. I'm not a very proficient knitter, but I just wanted it to have a different look. And then this has the peacock on the edges and around the neck and the front line. Just a little short shrug just to cover your shoulder. Thank you. So I still have, they're fresh off the hooks, so I still have a few little scragglies that I need to tuck in. But saying that to say, I had leftover yarn. So I took the leftover yarn yesterday and made a cute little headscarf that I'm going to also put in the store this weekend. I think it's small for a little girl. I have a tiny head, but it's still a little, let me see. It's a little tiny for me, right? So it would fit cute for a little girl. Still too tiny for me, but so this is what I mean by taking the scraps, not throwing them out, but doing something with them, making something, or even turning them into earrings. I like the smaller ones. They sit nicely in between double buns. Yeah, I can see that, but as you can see, I don't have hair for that, for buns or double buns. So for me, it's just a little tiny. But I could see it being very cute in that way, yeah. So this was my first experience with it, and I thought it turned out really cute. Yeah. So I saw mistake. Oh, thank you. Saw mistakes like these two are the same pattern. I should have put those differently. Let me see. I think those are the only two that are together that shouldn't be. But I feel like even if I would have put it over here, it would have been. So it's fine. Thank you. Yeah, I was with a friend that I recently met, and she has gray hair. So she's been dyeing it for years. So she wants to cut her hair super short like mine, and it's shoulder length. And it's like a honey blonde. She wants to cut it really short to let the gray but because she's worried about it being two-tone. I told her I think that's fabulous. Leave it, let it be two-tone. As it grows, cut the ends and let it kind of grow into it. I don't know. She keeps talking about cutting it, but my daughters told me not too long ago to stop dyeing my hair, and I did. And let me tell you, it was one of the best decisions. I don't have to worry about dyeing it. It when your hair gets gray, it just the gray comes in so quickly that you're like constantly dyeing your hair. So I don't have time for that. So, but thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. And I did tell her, I was like, you know what? Since I've gone gray, I've gotten more compliments with my hair color than I did when it was actually black or brown or whatever my natural color was. So, but yes, that little headscarf was cute. I think I'm going to try to make a few more. It was a cute, quick project to make, right? Like when I'm tired of doing an order or tired of working on one specific project, then I just kind of can put it down and, work on something different. So that was a quick diversion, if you will. So see, I just added some more squares on the side. See what I mean about all the work? So I added them this way, but now I gotta go and connect them this way. And then I'm gonna do that up here and around this edge and on the bottom. And it'll make it a little taller and a little wider. And then I think from there, I'm just gonna go around and around and around and with these two colors, because I didn't make these squares, so I don't have that color or these colors, and the goal is not to purchase any more yarn. Oh, thank you. I hope so. And then, so quick question. Looking at this and seeing how it's looking so far, I'm wondering what to do on the edge. Should I do like a cute peacock edging? Like I'm going to do rows and rows around. Should I do a cute peacock edging? Or should I just do a straight edging and then put fringe in the corners or pom-poms on the corners? Or should I just do a straight edge like this and leave it alone? Am I doing too much? I'd love you all's opinion on this. Because sometimes I can. My friends tell me, you're always doing too much. No, let me see if I can see the comments are going through so quick. Let me see. All messages are visible, but I'm not able to see them. Oh, here we go. Yay! I did it. The blanket is going to be awesome. No, ma'am. You have talent. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I want it to be nice. When you're giving somebody something, you wanna make it beautiful. You wanna give them something and you want to give your best. So it's my goal. Give my best. And hope they remember what everybody did, the time, the talent, and the contributions they made to, you know, make them feel better and give them hope. So, yeah, let's see here. So, that's what I'm up to. And I haven't gone live here on YouTube in some time. I've just been MIA. I have been posting. I've been putting up some shorts. But sometimes I like to connect with the audience and talk. And I have a few people that used to come on when I'd be live. But since I haven't been on here in so long, I guess they thought I had just disappeared into the abyss. And I get it. So here I am reconnecting with my audience. So thank you all for being here. Very glad to have caught you live today. You seem like a... Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to do better. I really am. I'm going to do better and go live and share what I'm up to. Maybe do some live tutorials. But I like to get on here and chat and talk while I'm actually making the things. Kind of helps me not to just be sitting. Thank you, Sierra. Oh, how are you? What are you making? What are you up to? And when you stitch, what are you stitching? Are you knitting? Are you crocheting? Are you doing embroidery? So many fiber arts out there. Or do you sew? That's another one. It's another option. Yeah, see. Yeah, so see. I'll just put that one together. It's going to be a... Then you have to tie all the ends together. It's such a labor of love. Granny squares are not my favorite list of things to do. So actually this gray that I'm using is from these little squares. She had single crocheted around the edges and it didn't kind of go with the stitching. So I unraveled them, so I'm actually able to use them to hopefully have enough to combine all the squares around the edges, and then that'll keep the color scheme going. So I think it's gonna turn out cute. I'm pretty excited about it. Let's see what happens. Yeah, and I hope. See, we didn't ask like what the people, what their favorite colors are, or what their... I'm doing all right. Today is a crochet day. I like knitting. I am currently still afraid of my sewing machine. Right. I know how that is about the sewing machine. I have a sewing machine. Matter of fact, 3, and I have an antique one. And it used to sit on the floor in my living room, right by the front door. It's like I brought it in one day and set it down, and I never did anything with it. And then when COVID happened, it was just sitting there. And I remember hearing our mayor say, if you have a sewing machine or if you can, sew some masks for your family. And when he said that, I just immediately got my sewing machine because I knew I can stitch a straight line, right? And I started, like, it was like I was being obedient. And once I got that sewing machine and put it on the table, I just started getting calls from everybody because I have friends who think that I can do anything. I don't know why they think that, but they think, oh, let's call Tracy, she could do it. And they started calling me and ordering masks. And when I tell you, I was making so many masks that I was sitting on my couch in my living room with the sewing machine on my coffee table, watching the news, sewing masks. It was like pieces of thread and fabric everywhere. I just do that all day till I was tired, and I would just pass out on the couch because I lived alone, so nobody cared what my house looked like. In, I think in a 6 week, 6 or 7 week span, I made like $6,000. That's how many masks I was sewing. I was sewing away. Do you hear me? Man, when I think back on those days, I'm like, man, I would like to do that again. That was some good money. And it was a good way to um, let the time go past. Because, you know, when we were quarantined, I was just in the house for days or weeks by myself, right? Because I took it literal. I was not going out in the streets. I would order groceries and have them delivered, and I wouldn't go out. But I would see people driving up and down the street. I'd be like, where are they going? I thought the world was closed. I thought everything was shut down, but people were still out. Um, but it was a great, I doubt if we'll ever have a time in our life again, in our lifetime, where we can sit in the house and not have to go do anything, not have to work. And where I could, I mean, I'm not saying I can't make that kind of money sitting from home now, but it was just an easier time. It was stressful, but it was a unique time. So, um, yes, so I get what you're saying. The, you understand? I took them outside here and then, yep, mm-hmm. And, yep, like you, I really don't like some things I need to be doing right now, and I think it's too peoply outside. I have to go out there and deal with people and stand in line and wait for this, and I hate it. One of the main things I hate is the grocery store. Oh my goodness. But if I could go into like a Michael's or a Hobby Lobby, and I miss Joann's, some kind of craft store or people. Yep, ew, it's too peoply. So, but if I'm going into a craft store, I could deal with as many people as I. I love being in a craft store, buying yarn that I don't need. That's why I'm saying, if I don't have these colors that's in this, I'm not going out to buy. This is a donation. This is made from love. We're going to use what we have. I'm not going out to buy any more yarn. So yep, that's what this is going to be. See how it's coming out? It's going to be nice. I think I love it. Matter of fact, I do. It's going to be nice. It's hot. See, that's the thing about making these blankets in the summer. I don't know, I look all shiny. That you have to put these blankets on your lap. Yeah, I would have, this is not a color combination I would have used. I'm more of a pastel-y, soft, or a bright color person. But this is more of like earth tones to me. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty. And I actually like the placement. And I like the fact that she sent large and small squares. And usually I take the squares from different donations and put them together. But since these were all, she sent so many and they were all coordinated, I just said I'll just make one big blanket from this lady. So that's what I'm doing. And I hope the lady that gets it, or the family that received it, actually loves it. I'm gonna write a handwritten note and package it up really pretty. Put it in a bag with tissue paper and a handwritten note. I usually wrap it up really good with tissue paper in a pretty satin bow, and then it gets delivered. So I want it to be a whole production. You know, I want it. Well, that's my love language, right? When I love receiving gifts, and I think words of affirmation. I think, right? And so that's how I like to give it out, the way I would like to receive it. So I hope she receives it and loves it. and all the things. I think I'm going to be able to, I mean, because these squares take up so much space, I think I'll be able to get this done rather quickly and move on to something else. I'm moving along faster with this than I did with this. I struggled with this yesterday. I was trying to figure out all the things. Oh, here's another top that I made. But this is my personal top. It's see what I told you, pink, how I love pink. This is one of, I don't have many clothing items that I made for myself because I don't have time to make stuff for myself. I only have time to make stuff for my store. So I didn't really think that through, and I opened up a crochet clothing store for women that it takes time to make the items. I didn't think that through, but I've been doing it now I've been crocheting since I was a little girl, and I stopped for a little while, because I was into sports or, dating or raising children or whatever. Then I was in a bad car accident, and while I was recovering, I started crocheting again. And then my dream, because that's when I got introduced to making clothing, because before I wasn't making all that. And I didn't have a lot of money because I had children. So the best thing I could do was just make clothing for myself. So um, I started crocheting my own clothes. Yep. Then people started asking, "Oh, can you make this for me?" or "Will you make this for me?" And that's how I started making women's clothing. Yep. And I love teaching. Like Saturday, I teach a crochet class to a mother and daughter. So hopefully, well, that's going to be fun. I love teaching crochet. So, do you hear my neighbors? The kids are just out there screaming. Why aren't they at school? That's where I need them to be. That's where I need them to be. Well, hello, everybody. How are you? I can't really see comments, and they are not staying posted on the page. So if you're asking a question, try to see if I can get it. Sometimes the whole thread will pop up on the. Yep, there it is. I just love the. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, Sierra said, I just finished the throw with the peacock border after trying multiple other borders first and frogging them. Yes, border decisions can be tough, and that's so true. My goodness. So, um, yeah, I'm just going back through the thread to see if do I know how to make a flower. I do. Kim too said she asked me if I knew how to make a flower. I do. Yeah. So I make flowers. I actually see in my store have some cute flower hairpins, and I have a cute what do you call these, chokers. It's a big crocheted flower on a satin ribbon. I make several of those in different colors, so I offer those in my store. I just go back and forth, and I try to make things that I would love and I think other people would love, but sometimes I'll get requests I have friends who every time they see something cute with crochet, then they inbox me, send it to me. Look at this. You should try to make this, or can you make this for me, or something like that. So, and that gives me inspiration too. So, when I was very young, a lovely lady living next to me taught me how to chain with my fingers, but no one ever taught me how to do anything with it. I definitely was no learning from the internet. Oh yeah. During COVID, I was teaching lessons, and um, I was trying to do it virtually. I picked it up 3 years ago now, but as someone who doesn't go outside much, I feel like I got a lot of work into the hobby very fast. Yeah, that's what I tell when people sign up for classes. You have to practice. Practice is what's going to make you better. But also sometimes if you're like struggling with something, you do need to have a hands-on class, like someone who knows what they're doing, who can see firsthand like what you're doing, like, oh, you shouldn't have gone in that stitch, or hold your hand this way, you'll do better if you hold the yarn like this, that kind of thing. So during COVID, when I was doing virtual classes, if it was someone who was closer in the area, um, then I would just say, hey, let's meet up at the park. And then we would wear our mask at the park, and I would teach them. And that way I could be hands on with them and see what they were doing. And, you know, so, yeah, it can be a little tricky. Let's see here. But yeah, this is coming along really quick. I think the part though is like as big as the blanket gets, then the problem is going around and around and around. That can be tedious and take forever. So I hope, you know, I have a group of friends that we get together in the evening, and we uh, get on like a group call, a group FaceTime call through Messenger, and then we just sit and crochet and chat and talk to each other. Well, yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this won't be that big, but I actually made a blanket stitch blanket, no, a basket weave stitch blanket for a friend, and it was like for a queen size bed. It actually went over and went down the sides. I don't know what I was thinking, and I'm not a blanket person. But when I say that was one of the most fabulous blankets I've ever made, it was beautiful. And it was gray. It was actually like this color or slightly darker. Yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah. So I put this together that way, so I won't have to go back later, I think. My heaviest was a waffle stitch. It fit my queen size bed. That bad boy. Oh yeah, I'm sure it keeps you very warm when winter comes. Mhm. I have a I have a couple of crochet blankets that I've had forever, and I washed them. They're still in great condition, and they're almost like my comfort blankets. So I think that's what made me want to do these for the people impacted with the fires, because I know, like, I love my blanket. I have a fan on when I'm sleeping because it's hot, it's summer, but I still, well, when it starts getting earlier in the morning, then it's the perfect combination of warm, but you still feel airflow. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But then, when the morning comes, it starts, so it's not sweaty. Yep. It does make sense. But then when the morning comes, it gets, what do you call it? Drafty, or, the morning air, because I also sleep with the fan and the window open. And, let's see, what is this little piece? There we go. And so then I have to pull it over me because I might not sleep with it like in the evening initially when I go to sleep, but when I wake up in the middle of the night and it's cold, then I throw it on. I pull it over me. Yeah. Let's see here. We gotta make sure that this stays here. I have a little knot to tie it. See, I think I missed a comment. I'm also an airflow fan run through my house. Dang it. Yeah. Yeah, my fan is going right. I think I turned it off this morning when I first woke up. But then, you know, as it gets a little later in the afternoon, that's when the sun starts coming out. So, yep, the fan quickly comes on. It's like, oh, there we go. Yeah, so I think I'm going to stop here at this end. Yeah, right here when I get to this end, I'm going to stop and take a little break. But I think I like how it's turning out. It's going to be cute. Yeah. Then it needs to be, what do you call it? I steam. But some people spray and pin it. I can't even think of what the word is right now. I can't think of the word. When you make sure it's straight and stretched out and all the things. What's the word? Do you know the word? I can't think. Let me ask Siri. See. They'll remember. Siri knows everything. Siri knows everything. So yeah, once I feel like I just have a few more stitches, then I can hold it up a little bit and let you see the progress. I think when I come back later this evening, if I do, then I can show the progress of it. Let's see. Okay, here we go. We're at the end of the row. So far, as far as I'm gonna go. There we go. So here we go, so far. And then I have to put this one together. So in the corners, it's going to be like a colorful one. In the middle, it'll be a colorful one. Then it'll be another colorful one here, and then it'll go up. So, yeah, it's going to be nice. Then I have to weave in the 5011's tails, which will all go into my little scrap. And I was trying to figure. I send my scraps to a friend of mine who recycles yarn and repurposes the scraps, and makes it into different yarn. But I also have been keeping some because I think I make and sell ornaments in my store during the holiday. And last year I saw where someone took the glass bulbs and put yarn scraps inside and put a pretty bow on it. and it's an ornament for yarn lovers or yarn enthusiasts. So I think that's what I'm going to do with this yarn instead of throwing it away and letting it be in the landfills. Yep, so. But this is my progress, and I am going to hop off. Um, it was so great reconnecting with you all. I'm going to do better, I promise. And I will see you guys on my next live. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a great day. I love you. I'm praying for you, and I'm always wanting the best for you, and I hope you do the same for me. Alrighty. Bye.